I'm ready. What up? Let's get to it. So as we know, Justin Jefferson has been in an ongoing paternity battle. I did a live on it, did some videos on it a few weeks ago, month or two ago. You haven't checked it out, go check that out. Go check it out, huh? But basically, long story short, Justin Jefferson was waiting on a paternity test. You know what I'm saying? He allegedly had got a female pregnant from his past, etc. But it turns out, news in, he is the father, dog. Heavy. You know what I'm saying? It was a lot of speculations, rumors. Is he the father? Is he not? But now it's come to be 100% facts, no doubt that he is the father, dog. You know. Now I said in the live, I'm sure this wasn't a woman he wanted a baby with or wanted to have a child with. You hear me? She wasn't no bring home for the holidays, take a plate home. You hear me? Him and her had prior history in college. It probably was a wild one night stand, maybe intoxication involved, et cetera, whatever the case may be. It takes two to tango, right? So they both have to take responsibility at the end of the day, even if she was just doing it for a money move, heavy, a publicity move. You hear me? For some attention to push her brand on social media, dog. I'm not going to get into all that again. I will get into the article in a minute. But at the end of the day, no matter see if she saw a price tag on Jetta, saw the Guapino that she could get from him, play the system. We know the system is very flawed in all aspects. You hear? Very flawed. But at the end of the day, like I say, Justin Jefferson got to step up, take full responsibility, dog. Period. Bottom line. You know what I'm saying? Even if he didn't want her to be the baby mother of his daughter, dog. You hear me? But I'm sure he will step in line, man. I'm sure he will step in line. It will be easy for him to be there financially, correct? But now he just got to worry about or try to be there physically, dog. And her being a mother, understanding she got pregnant by an NFL star, understanding what his dreams were, what he's focused on. She needs to be able to understand and deal with the fact that she might have to spend a lot of time alone. You hear me? Raising a baby, taking care of the child, etc., etc. Period. Dog. At the end of the day, she want to say something about him. He say something about her. They both laid down and slept together, right? But I think on her side, it was definitely foul play. You look at the evidence. You look at what happened after she was allegedly pregnant. But like I say, man, Jetta's got to step up. He got to be there, do what he got to do, man. Point blank, period, homie. And hopefully he learned from this. A blessing in a lesson, a blessing in the lesson, right? But he got to learn from this mistake, not let it happen again. You hear me? But I'm sure this will or should be filled to his fire. Now he can work on leaving even more of a legacy, dog. Not only for himself, but his daughter, huh? Got somebody else he playing for, huh? Somebody in his bloodline, dog. Comes from him. You hear me? His DNA, dog. So I'm sure that will turn him up, make him want to take it up another notch, another level. You hear me? At least it should. At least it should, huh? You hear me? Find the positive in the negatives, huh? Find the positive in the negative, dog. It's always there. You might not be able to see it right away, acknowledge it right away. You hear me? And it's self-talk daily, baby. Find the positive in every negative, dog. And never stop and never stop. Put your best foot forward. You hear me? And like I said, I'm going to get into an article in a second, man. Yeah. But I just wonder how JETTAS is feeling. Is he feeling happy? Is he feeling elated? Does he feel like it's a problem? I'm sure he will have support. I'm sure he will have a lot of support from his family, his mother, father, brother, etc. You know what I'm saying? It's a transition, dog. It's gonna be a transition heavy, dog. But his main concern, and I don't care what nobody talking about, his main concern, football, his child, etc. Dog. But the chick, the female, she should expect no love. News is they have custody, you know what I'm saying? They have came to a judgment, a ruling. I think it's like I guess it's called split custody, 50-50, etc. You dig me, you get my drift. So that's what it's about, man. Justin just got to keep his head up, play a smooth dog, and continue to put the work in and continue to grind. You know what I'm saying? Financially, he's straight. She'll be straight. That's probably the least of his concerns, huh? Let's get into the article. Then there's some articles out there trying to paint him. I might get into articles, right? But it's some trying to paint him out as the bad guy, which not shocking, not surprised. That's what they normally do. You hear? Let's just get into it, man. Give me a second, man. Give me a second, man, real quick, man. Let's get it, man. Let's read this one first, and we're gonna go from there, man. Sports mockery. I see why it's called mockery, huh? Give me 1 second, man. Let's get into it, man. Sports mockery, huh? They call them sports mockery, huh? All right. Justin Jefferson continues to feed the Viking soap opera. What? What is he feeding? Let's get it. The Minnesota Vikings can't seem to catch a break this offseason. The offensive coordinator kicked this off with the drunk driving incident a few months ago. Wide receiver Jordan Addison added a DWI of his own this past week, mere days after his rookie teammate Kyrie Jackson was killed during another. What? Can you spell? First of all, spell his name right, you disrespectful punks. See stuff like this here. They need to spell names wrong, disrespect. Man, this room is cap, homie. They didn't get the quarterback they wanted, Drake May, in the draft to settle for JJ McCarthy. Now McCarthy is approaching a holdout because they refused to fully guarantee his signing bonus. If all of that weren't bad enough, Justin Jefferson got in on the fun. These guys are goofy. Sports mockery, they're goofy, homie. The NFL superstar wide receiver just signed a contract extension to make him the highest paid player in his position in NFL history. He has now rewarded his team by confirming through court documents that he got a woman pregnant. Reward the team? What do you mean rewarded the team, dog? This really had nothing to do with the team, you asswipe. Yeah, whoever this guy is, whoever these sports writers, beat writers are, they're cap fire him now. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, how does it have anything to do with the team, dog? You know what I'm saying? It's between him and that woman, you hear me? And he got a daughter, dog. So what does it have to do with the team? How does that affect the team? You hear me? He's not in jail. He's not locked up. He didn't commit a crime. You know what I'm saying? He didn't hurt nobody, dog. He didn't get a DUI, DWI. It ain't got nothing to do with drugs. He's not in the news for committing a crime, breaking the law. So what are you talking about? Sports mockery, you bum, big punk bum? Huh? You trying to break the man image, you punk chump? Oh, I get it. Wow, man. He has now rewarded his team by confirming through court documents that he got a woman pregnant, tried to make her aborted, and fought paternity legal means. I'm sure that's the part they just throw in, try to make her aborted. They don't tell you the full story. They don't break it down, right? Full spectrum, full 360, huh? That's the media, dog. Wicked, yeah. In the end, it didn't work. Jefferson was confirmed the father and is now being forced to pay child support, according to Alex Raskin of the Daily Mail, a stain on the reputation of one of the NFL's biggest stars. I mean, can you call it a stain? I mean, him asking her, telling her to get an abortion? First of all, how was he forcing her to get an abortion? I think in the documents, he's just suggested or told her, or asked her, will you get an abortion? Will you deal with it? I'm sure she knew the same thing. You understand? He made it clear, evident this was not a woman he wanted to have a child with. And a stain, what's the stain? He went through the process, the legal process. He went through the system. Now they say he's on child support. So he's doing the things he needs to do. So what are we talking about? Leave a stain. Are you kidding me? Leave a stain on what? How many celebrity superstars, regular people, dog? Politicians, doctors, lawyers have kids out there. They don't know about kids out there. They could care less about. You hear me? Huh? Kid here, kid there, kid here, kid there. What are we talking about? A stain on his reputation, dog. Dudes be cap, man. They want to see you fall. They want to see him fall. You hear me? Minnesota wide receiver Justin Jefferson has been established as the father of a baby girl, according to an order issued by a family court judge in New Jersey. That order may be made by Judge Aldo J. Russo on June 26 and obtained by DailyMail.com, states that an interim child support obligation has been agreed to between Justin Jefferson and the child's mother, Andrea Galea. Well, hopefully she's not trying to get over. You know how the system is. And the system, as far as paternity, 9 times out of 10, even if the woman is foul, corrupt, wicked, even if she just doing a money move, a money scam, you hear me? She could care less or nothing about the baby. try to keep the father out the child's life, they normally win, they normally get over. But hopefully they came to a solid agreement, both of them, understanding that they're going to have to work it out. They're going to have to at least be cordial because they got to be in each other's lives for 18, 21 years. You hear me? They can't escape it. It is what it is. But it's not Justin Jefferson's duty to be there for her. It's his duty to be there for the child, right? You hear me? So hopefully they came to a solid, fair agreement, period. Leah accused Jefferson of pressuring her to abort her child after she became pregnant in 2023. Well, she didn't abort it. It wasn't that much pressure or that much force. You hear me? You dig? After, and that wasn't only it. After him telling her he wouldn't be there, it would go to court. He would not support her until he found out clearly 100% evidence that the baby was his. He made that clear from jump. And can you get mad at him? You know what I'm saying? She knew what type of dude she was messing with. She knew the situation, dog. Heavy. Now she want to complain, this and that, and cry, period. And at the end of the day, man, she used her pregnancy to build her brand, bring attention to her, dog. Some women do that. You hear me? Some women do that. Hands down, man down, bro. Huh? They want to have a baby not for the love of the baby, so they can have attention because ain't nobody want to really look at their ass, dog. Like I told you, she wasn't no bring home the mama, no take a plate home after the holiday meal. You hear me? That's just facts. We no disrespect. We just talking facts here. You hear me? She wasn't no bring home the mama type chick, make the family. It was a smash and pass, a smash and pass, a smash and pass going wrong. You hear me? Smash and pass going wrong, dog. You hear me? And they both responsible. They both responsible, dog. Period, homie. Galea decided to have the child and gave birth to baby Stella in December, according to her paternity lawsuit. Blessing in the lesson, Jettas. Blessing in the lesson, dog. Zone in, bro. Justin Jefferson has never come across as the most upstanding guy. What are we talking about here? What are we talking about here, huh? Oh, man, cat, bro. If you look at the way he carries himself, here we go, you will see that he's very much in that diva category. Diva category, what? You're in the diva category, dog. This is what I'm talking about. Stay out of Vikings business. Stay out of Minnesota Vikings business. You hear me? Diva. Justin Jefferson has never been a diva for real, dog. He might get mad because he want to win, get tired of losing heavy because he want the ball more. But you talk about describe him as a diva, that's something you can't do. He ain't no Stephon Diggs, dog. You hear me? He ain't one of these divas around the league. Come on, bro. Cat. You trying to bash a man, destroy a man's reputation, dog? Without even knowing the full story or telling the full story. That's what I'm talking about, dog. It is far more about him than it is about the team. What? While that may be the best way to motivate himself, it can be grating on others in the locker room. More about him than the team. That's all he talks about is a team. That's all he wants. That's all he talks about wanting to do is win, dog. Be there for the team. Are you kidding me here? Are you kidding me? What's the problem is because he got paid, he got his money. But when any other player gets paid, it's all right. You hear me? Hypocritical, dog. Period. Bad affect the locker room. What? How will it have a negative effect on the locker room, dog? Period. Bottom line. The latest fiasco is another black eye on the organization that like to carry itself as one of the NFL's most upstanding. When your best player does stuff like this, it shows cracks in the foundation. If nothing else, it gives something for Chicago Bears fans to laugh at. You must be a Bears fan. You must be a Bears fan, huh? You punk chump. You're on the organization. What does the organization have to do with JETTAS? You know, having a baby, getting a girl pregnant, etc. You know, stains on the organization or what? Maybe Jordan Addison driving drunk or being under the influence, falling asleep on the highway. Now that there you could question what's really going on in the organization. But even then, at the end of the day, coaches can only do so much, right? These are grown men, grown young men making their own decisions. Some hard-headed, some not listening. You hear me? Some feeling themselves, some feeling cocky, arrogant, not humble, like they can do whatever, like they untouchable, above the law. You hear me? But this JETTAS situation, what are you talking about? Are we talking cap or what? Are we talking cap or what, dog? It sound good, but is it facts? One thing Jefferson must worry about is who will throw him the football this season. Kirk Cousins is gone. For all the criticisms, the former Pro Bowler was an accomplished passer. Man, get Kirk out the building. Kick rocks, Kirk. The same can't be said for Sam Darnold, a former draft bust who has bounced between multiple teams in recent years. It is either that or McCarthy, who is both a rookie and somebody with a somewhat dubious track record as a passer. Jefferson's life is about to get more difficult. This dude's, bro. He's a hater, bro. This article clearly see he's a Jefferson hater, a Vikings hater, probably a Bears fan, probably a Swiss cheese Green Bay Packer fan, or a raggedy Detroit Lions fan. You hear me? But as far as a stain and a bad reputation on the organization, this has nothing to do with the organization, dog. This is JETTAS, a female and a baby. You hear me? JETTAS, female and a baby, dog. You know what I'm saying? This is JETTA's situation, homie. What are you talking about, bro? Like I say, he ain't commit no crimes. He ain't killed nobody. He ain't get busted for drugs. He ain't pulling no Jordan Addison or no Wes Phillips. You hear me? Nobody want to speak on Wes Phillips. You hear me? Huh? Your offensive coordinator, your coach, supposed to be leading by example. So Wes Phillips, Jordan Addison, etc. You can say a whole what's going on in the organization. KOC need to bring it together, get some straightening, get some understanding. You hear me? Team meetings, etc. But come on, this here, dog. Cap, kill that noise, homie. Ain't nobody buying this. They're gonna try to paint JETTAS out to be the bad guy, like he made a bad decision. He's trying to run from responsibilities, which ain't true at all. They mad because he took her to the system, got a paternity test, and figured it out, period. Heavy. And it's still not his job, his duty to be there for the woman. Point blank, period. And you know the system gonna get it with the child support. The system gonna get it with the child support. You hear me? Yeah, man. You know how majority of women get over with how much they get in a month. Most of it don't even go to the child. You hear me? We want to talk real. You hear me? Big SKOL here. Fire them comments up, man. Fire them comments up, dog. Zone in, JETTAS. A blessing and a lesson, dog. A blessing and a lesson, homie. One more article I'm gonna get to. I'm gonna get up out of here. You know, we know what picture gets painted, Let's break this one last down real quick, man. We're gonna get up out of here, man. Let me know how you feel about this, man. How y'all feel about this here, though, bro? For real, man. Let's get it, man. Justin Jefferson receives final ruling in ex-girlfriend's child custody hearing. You hear me? According to a New Jersey family court judge, Minnesota Vikings wide receiver Justin Jefferson is a father. The Daily Mail's Alex Raskin reported that Judge Aldo J. Russo issued an order that Jefferson and his ex-girlfriend, Andrea Galea, would have joint legal custody of a minor child. So they got joint custody. What is that? Split custody, 50-50. The child had been the suspect of a paternity case. You hear me? So they got joint custody, so they both will see the child. In February, Raskin reported Galea accused Jefferson of pressuring her into having an abortion after she became pregnant in 2023. Here we go with this whole pressure. They use certain words like pressuring her, huh? Did the man put a gun to her head? Did the man say, hey, shorty, hey, abort the baby or all else? I'm taking you out, or I'm going to do something to your family. Come on, bro. You know, he made a suggestion. He told her that he felt like he should do that. And is he wrong for saying that? The man being real. The man didn't want a baby with her, period, bottom line. She knew he didn't want a baby with her, huh? You hear me? The moment she let him come up in her, you hear me? Ejaculate in her, dog. We want to be real. She knew what she was doing, homie. Like I say, all the signs to me say a money play, dog. The way she carried herself after she was pregnant, the things in the court rules. And once again, Justin Jefferson evades no blame. He got to be there, et cetera, and I'm sure he will be. But let's not forget the act, and let's not forget the facts, homie. Wasn't no forcing somebody to get an abortion. I mean, the abortion gets done, homie. Period, dog. Let's not get it twisted, get it misconstrued, homie. They both played a role. You hear me? And they both got to step up, period. JETTAS as well. Raskin wrote that both Galea and Jefferson requested paternity testing in their counterclaims in January. Galea pushed for financial support and health care coverage from the wide receiver. I'm sure she did. Jefferson signed a 4-year, $140 million contract extension with the Vikings this offseason. The deal included a guaranteed $100 million. So he's going to pay that guap. Ain't going to be hard to pay that guap. Jefferson's visitation rights were clearly outlined in Judge Russo's order. Both parents are required to remain in contact with regards to the child. And that's what it's about, man. JETTAS may not like her. She may not like JETTAS, but she probably mad. She probably want to be with JETTAS deep down. That's why she really mad. You hear me? But JETTAS, like I've been saying, it ain't his duty to be there for the woman, for her. It's his duty to be there for the child. Point blank, period. Now they got shared custody, and that's the separation. They don't got to talk, but when they do talk, they got to be cordial. Period, dog. You know the system. We know the breakdown of this. Galea took the baby girl to Italy with her on vacation this month. And during the trip, Jefferson had FaceTime conversations with Galea and their daughter. That's respect. That's what's up, man. You know what I'm saying? He's allowed to see his daughter. I don't know why she would take her to Italy at such a young age, but it is what it is. Not my business for real, but it's in the news, so let's speak on it. But he's getting FaceTime conversations. I'm sure he gets to see her here and there. I'm not sure where his baby mama live, but at the end of the day, it could all turn out proper, you know. It could be a good situation if they're both willing to work together. If she's willing to work, if he's willing to work here. The order also requires Jefferson and Galea to communicate directly in a civil manner and not speak to each other through any intermediaries. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, they got to stay in communication, dog. You got to stay civil. Just part of it. You got to be respectful, dog. You know, it's not about them, not for them. It's about the baby. Now, it's about the baby, right? All communication between the parties shall be in a non-derogatory, non-harassing manner, only about the health, education, and well-being of the minor child. Rousseau wrote via Rask. A party receiving a communication shall respond to that communication within 6 hours or less. I like that. You know what I'm saying? The information has to be known. Where's the child? How's the child doing? You attended LSU with Jefferson and competed on the swim team. So she's athletic. The child probably be athletic. You hear me? So at least she an athletic chick, allegedly. Don't know what she's doing now. You hear me? She graduated from the University of Miami with a law degree. So she know the game. She know the plot. She know the vibes. She know the vibes. You hear me? She know the vibe. Like I said in the first live about it. But nobody want to speak on it. But I'm going to speak on the big score here. You hear me? Let's get it, man. But she know the vibe. She know the game. She a lawyer, law degree. She know the system in and out. She know the system in and out, dog. Heavy. Huh? But no matter what happened in the past, dog, no matter how each of them feel, it's about the baby now, the little girl now, right? The innocent baby, you hear me? They got to come together, put their best foot forward, and be there, dog. Be parents, you hear me? Heavy. May not be easy. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure it probably even some hard feelings, dog. But at the end of the day, JETTAS trying to be a great receiver. He's one of the best already. He's trying to solidify his legacy. Period, dog. I think this situation will make him go harder. You hear me? Yeah, definitely go harder, dog. Point blank, period. You hear me? But JETTAS got to be aware they out there. You know, they studying. You know, you got women who research players, studies players. You hear me? See how much they gonna make. Know they guapino more than they know, more than they know about their guapino, dog. Huh? Know about how much they got in the bank more than the player's financial advisor know how much they got in the bank. You hear me? Estimated yearly occurrence, all that, dog. Period. So not just JETTAS, you hear me? Young players can learn from it. Players in the league, all that, man. Some women is plotting. Some women is plotting and riding, homie. And like I say, JETTAS evades no blame. He takes full responsibility. I'm sure he has done that. Period. Huh? But you can't take away the act, dog. Period, dog. Just another test for JETTAS. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sure he'll get through it, dog. And at the end of the day, blessing and a lesson, dog. You know, he got a beautiful daughter out of the situation. Blessing and a lesson. You hear me? A child, true blessing, huh? Heavy, dog. But shout out JETTAS, man. Keep your head up, big dog. Stay zoned in. Put that work in. Go eat heavy. Go eat heavy, dog. Hey, fire them comments up, man. Let me know how you feel about it. How you feel about the whole JETTAS thing, dog. Heavy, dog. Like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that bell. Make sure you hit that bell, man. Big SKOL here. SKOL VIKES forever, huh? Win, lose, or draw. Yeah.